Cool.
Hey.
I will not say the thing I was about to say really loudly.
I muted you. Say it. Understandable. Have a nice day. Unmuting.
Cool.
All right.
I like that that's how my stream is going to start. Is I can mute you. Mutes, watches your back go, unmutes. That was amazing.
All right.
I have to find musics.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do that
Oh, wait,
as
I
well.
need to change title. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, and
My dad last night, do you want to go see Grandpa this weekend? I'm like, can we aim for next Friday? Because I don't know if I'm gonna call into work. Literally a few hours ago. Can you work Saturday?
Yeah, can you come into work?
Yeah. Where's my copyright? There it is. So where the fuck's my copyright free tavern music? There it is. Probably not appropriate for what we're gonna be doing, but you know what? It's
what are
close
you talking
enough.
about? What's wrong? What could possibly go wrong with this?
Nothing's gonna go wrong.
Copyright-free music. It's fine.
I was playing Overwatch the other night, and I was watching a Skyrim video in the background, like I always do. And like after the Skyrim video, it churned it into a it just started playing the copyright-free tavern music, and I didn't realize that it switched. And I was just like, God, I'm so tired. And then I looked up, I'm like, that's why. That is why.
Maddie, I appreciate that just Adam is not here tonight.
Yeah,
Over
just
their
like
face.
just like over top of it because I don't want to go through the
Yeah.
effort of trying to cover it with something else.
I love that so much.
It's the same thing I do.
like that you didn't even like take him out of the chair. You just put it over his.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, because he's on the same layer as you two, so I didn't want to just fucking deal with it. So that's what we get. It's the same thing I do to Link when Link's missing for any reason.
Yeah.
Is I just hit us with the fucking Link will be here soon or Link isn't here. I think it's funny.
It is funny. You are correct.
Yeah. It's a bit funny.
Sorry, my Ovira suddenly felt very funny and it.
Oh.
Because it says
I want to
like,
go through the window.
It says like little electrode pulses, right, to like prevent the pain signals from getting to your brain. That's how it works. But it's also electrocuting your nerves and your muscles. So every once in a while, some of your muscles in like that area will just like tighten or constrict,
oh my
or
God.
like, and it doesn't hurt. Like, oh, thank you, Ace. like it doesn't hurt, but like it feels like there's like somebody yanking like me down by one side of my body, just like.
Aw.
I just realized this about your like screen. It looks like I'm about to kick Anim's tail.
Well, I mean, it does. You're looking at me like, want to see how hard I can stomp on this thing?
Anna's checked out. I'm about to. I'm
Adam's
like, hey,
none
hey,
the
Maddie,
fucking wiser.
Maddie, I'm gonna kick this now. I'm gonna step on the table.
Ew, Maddie, Adam's none the wiser. I'm gonna fucking step on it.
Yeah.
Gotta be so mean.
It would. I'm so sorry, Adam. You're not even here. You're getting
No, but they plan to watch the VOD, so.
We love you, Anna.
But speaking of what we're doing here today, my lovely players have, of course, written an egregious amount of backstory to parse through.
I definitely have.
You definitely have.
I definitely have.
And those who haven't, I have written plenty for. As I was about to say. Fucker.
Sorry, I stole your joke.
Yeah.
our joke.
So we're going to be covering a few things that might or might not come up in the game proper. This way we know they're introduced and we know there are things we can interact with and maybe
Later.
figure out how, or at the very least, see where some of these characters are coming from.
As a
Because
treat.
it's not just y'all who have a history.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I can't wait to see Bramble cheating on his wife or whatever happened.
Bramble cheating on his wife?
So
I don't know what happened to cause the divorce.
to be fair,
Nobody
at this
told
point,
me.
I probably like put up like 6 things to Hazel. I'm not even
I
sure
know
what happened to
exactly
divorce.
what I remember vividly what caused the divorce, Aries.
Yay! Thank
No,
you, 'cause
no.
I don't.
I exiled. Hello, my son. How are
There's
you
something
doing?
about my girlfriend saying I vividly remember what I caused in divorce.
What caused
I
your
also
divorce?
vividly remember causing my parents' divorce, but that's a separate issue.
Oh! We don't have-
Hazel, no.
Hazel, yes. Alright. We're there, and I have a few things planned for you all, and then we can decide if we want to do more, because I do have more things where I am able to do them. If you don't, but I think Aries was wanting to play Stardew later, and that does cut into that time. So we will
can
see.
go longer for Stardew, couldn't we, Maddie? Or is that a hard bedtime for you?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see if I don't fucking like
Die.
collapse under the floor halfway through
Yeah.
just this.
We can also
Yeah.
we can also play like it sometime soon as well. Just
Yeah.
group.
Either way.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
D&D, maybe Stardew.
Yeah, D&D
Maybe
and
Stardew.
Ah! Nothing happened.
All right. Which you wants the first scene?
Aries, would you like it?
Sure. I don't know. I'm scared of going first. I don't know. I have like slight.
All right, Aries, let's go.
Okay. Where am I starting? I don't know.
So, the camera pans on Tempest, thinking back on some memories, confusing past few days, and you still have a while on your trip through with the circus, and we go back in time through Tempest's eyes. As the camera goes through, I would love if you would describe to me an 8-year-old Tempest.
1 second. Fuck! Horse! Titties! Okay, I know.
At 8?
At 8?
That's
Damn!
Wow.
Now I really know what caused the divorce.
Hookers and blackjack. Anyway. Where do you want me
Bramble's tired.
Hard stop on Bramble is tired.
I'm typing you in DMs. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Aries, just start with what 8-year-old Tempest looks like.
Okay. Fuck. No. Shit. Fuck. No.
Deep breath, girl.
She was probably really small.
Really small.
Really small. She's probably around 2 foot. She has her hair done up. She has very straight bangs with her hair done up. It's still pretty long, but it's a lot shorter than like how she wears it now, but it's up in a ponytail. She's wearing a very very fancy noblesse. Not exactly a noble, but more like fancy Feywild dress that's like looks like it's shimmering iridescent. That's a little blue, and she's very well taken care of.
All right. So, our little, well taken care of Tempest is following behind her family. Two older fairies, both well dressed, in like concert black and Feywild performance clothes. Crescent and crescendo, if I could speak. And your siblings, Misty, a slightly older than you, the oldest of your siblings. Fairy, a little bit of like smattering of bright blue hair on her. And Sky, who is carrying a violin case under, like, in his arms as all of you are running as fast as you can. Running and flying, you hear you hear dozens of voices behind you yelling. You see your family shadows flicker in torchlight. And Tempest is running into the woods. Your father occasionally looking behind him to make sure you're still there. You're hoping, praying for some kind of crossing soon. And thanks to your nature, one arrives. A glimmering, bright portal of swirling color that your family, that your mom and your siblings rush into. Your father stays for a second. You're the smallest, the slowest. And he feels the magic of this portal begin to dim. Its edges start to shrink. He waits for a moment more. He swallows in his throat and steps through as the portal closes. Tempest just a few seconds too late. And you keep running. There's nothing you can do right now. Eventually, through flight and running, in what must feel like hours to an 8-year-old, the crowd still behind you begins to lose people. As they stop in their march, and slowly it thins out to just a half dozen or so individuals still chasing this 8-year-old child into the forest, where you find an old building, church with a steeple, a broken off front door, all the windows are busted out. Whatever signifier of what God was here is long since gone. What would you like to do?
um, feeling that there's no better place to hide, she will run up and go into it. And try to hide.
Alright. This bright little fey figure attempts to hide in this church, trying to conceal what little natural light you give off, but glows like a beacon in such a dark night as this one.
There are definitely tears streaming down her face.
And as you're sat here hiding in the corner, you feel one of the floorboards in the church shift as you move your legs, and it kind of kicks up from the ground. Underneath it, it's stuffed with hay and a small wooden figure with horns.
We'll reach to pick it up. And start to hug it close.
It feels warm, and as you hug it close, you hear a whisper in your ear. What does your heart desire, dear? What can I do for you?
Tempest is gonna pick it up. She's been running for a while and it's been pretty cold out. And her legs are scratched up, her feet are bleeding in a few places. One of her wings bent from hitting a tree too hard. And she's just gonna say in a very, very shaky breath, she's been crying for some time. Protection? Protection,
Alright,
please?
Alright. I've got you. And you feel arms embrace around you for a brief moment. You hear the now smaller mob get closer. And you feel the hand wipe some tears from your face before you see any figure. You just hear her voice say, "Don't worry, dear. I'll be back in just a moment." It disappears for maybe a few seconds. You hear screaming and running and tearing outside, but you never look. And eventually this figure comes back and scoops you into their arms.
Holding on.
Let's get you cleaned up.
Who are you?
You can call me Claude. I'm here to help.
Promise?
Promise.
Bury her face in whatever body she can. Like, you know how like a kid will hide their head in like your like shoulder or something.
And as you do, and you try to bury your face in, slowly a red-skinned woman apparates before you, whose presence you felt before, but is now made visible.
Just gonna keep hugging on. She's tired. It's been a very long night for her.
The two of you sleep in the abandoned church for the night. And I assume some nights to come. how would you like to describe Tempest's life with Clot?
It's very. They're never in one place for too long. Plot becomes a mother figure to Tempest. Tempest is a very curious child. She starts to train with Clot. Clot's a bit of a harsher mother figure in terms of love. She's not as soft, but she's not mean. She's caring, and the two of them kinda just travel along the coast. Tempest hides her wings, and Claude protects her.
And would you like to set a scene for Tempest and Clot together? What was one of their favorite activities together?
Cooking human food. Clot loved human food and helped Tempest learn her skills of cooking with them at the end of the day at a campfire.
So yeah, Clot and Tempest in some hotel room somewhere, or over a campfire somewhere, and the two of them Tempest just learns to cook, and the two of you get along the way you do, and we'll have another Tempest scene here in a second. But for the moment, I would like to shift over to Firebug.
I could finally put the Clot picture in here. I didn't even put it in here, god damn it.
Is it Clot?
Yeah,
C-L-O-T,
C-L-O-T.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I couldn't
It's
distinguish
okay, I
between-
understand. It corrected me to cloth so many times, and I knew that
No,
was
I
gonna
was hearing
happen.
Claude, and I was like, that's like C-L-A-U-D, which is a name.
It is.
It is.
Not
So
the
I was
right
like,
one.
I couldn't.
It
Yeah,
was.
it's not correct.
It's the line list that I did that I said I couldn't show you because
LMAO.
I did it for Claude, and she was a spoiler.
One of the reasons why we're doing this.
As a treat.
As a treat!
As a
Makes it easy
treat.
to introduce the thing.
It's the wrong server. Where's Tempest's channel? That is slight nudity. Well, it is
Bug!
nudity.
Big
Maddie.
bug.
Big bug.
If you would love to describe a 4-year-old firebug,
Oh, absolutely. 4-year-old firebug. Her hair is not yet long enough to pull into any kind of ponytail, nor does she have enough control to really have an outfit fully tailored to herself. So while her flaming hair sits just at chin length, her clothes are in fact made out of scrap tent material until they can figure out how to help her not set everything she wears or touches on fire. She stands at a what did I have her height as a little kid, as like a whopping 3'5".
yeah,
Just
taller
and
than
is-
Tempest.
taller than Tempest.
She's always gonna be taller than Tempest.
Yeah. Well, because like the smallest she is like 2.5 feet standing up, so
yeah,
she gets big.
big.
She's a happy-go-lucky little gal.
Happy-go-lucky little firebug. You're living in Ollie and Reggie's shared wagon at this point. Namely with Ollie, but you do share a wall with Reggie, and with you being a fire genasi, sometimes it's not a wall.
sometimes she wants to see him, and there's no window, so she makes the window.
God.
Or sometimes she sneezes while she's sleeping. Both are entirely possible. She's just a little baby.
She's just a little baby.
She's just a little gal.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Ollie, so a lot younger looking Ollie. Still big, strong orc woman. She's wearing a amulet of some sort around her neck. Her eye is still missing. Short tusks and a bit of a smattering of brown hair that's starting to go gray at the roots.
None of those caused by me. A lot of them caused by me.
All right, Bug. Time to wake up. Early morning. Long day ahead of us.
Firebug like rolls over and smears her hand all over her face to wake herself up and gets up. Big stretch.
Big stretch.
And she will turn around and make her bed in big quotes, which is to say she checks to make sure she didn't set it on fire, and she
Just make sure she didn't wet the bed.
Yeah. We're never worried about that.
You're the opposite.
Looks back up at Ollie and gives 2 big thumbs up and goes, "Nothing burnt."
Good job, Bug. All right. And she puts a hand on your back. The two of you walk outside. All right. If you don't mind, I think I'm gonna leave you with Priscilla and Penny today. While Phineas, Reggie, and I get some things put together. If that's all right.
Penny!
And she walks you over to their wagon. It still has an office, but this office has very clearly been occupied by a mother and child.
Firebug will get about halfway walking normally with Ollie and then get like very excited and just like run.
Run through, and you see a beautiful brunette-haired woman with piercing emerald eyes, holding a 1.5-year-old Penelope Morning. Small little baby, head full of hair black as night. Her mother's piercing emerald eyes. It gives you a little wave and smile. No, Bug.
Oh, sorry. Good morning.
Good morning. You get a tiny little good morning from Penny.
Yes.
And a little wave.
Hi. Firebug will walk over and give old baby Penny a hug.
Yeah.
Also, what you said her name was Priscilla?
Her name is Priscilla.
She will also give Priscilla a hug. Good morning.
Good morning, Bug. Right. Ollie leaves you there, and Priscilla goes, all right, how about we get you kiddos outside? Some exercise, of course.
Playtime! And Firebug will like go to the door and then run. She'll like stop and she'll like look at Penny and then she'll like
Penny's walking. It's slow. She's trying to run.
There's like
Oh,
there's like
baby.
the two paths in Firebug's little kid mind that's like go outside right now, have fun. Playmate right there, slower, walk slower. Outside right there, walk slow because Penny could just go.
Just go.
And just like struggles between that decision for a minute and then like runs over to Penny and just like walks her speed to go outside.
Penny reaches for your hand.
Yes. Firebug will take it very gently and focus really hard
Oh.
Aw.
so that nothing gets hurt. It's the most focused that kid ever is. Is don't burn people.
Don't burn Penny.
Don't burn people.
Don't burn people. She's trying.
It's rude. All right. Yeah, the two of you make it outside. It's a beautiful day here. The circus is getting set up. You don't quite remember where.
I don't need to know.
It's never been your problem.
Yeah. Why would I worry about that? I can just run outside and have fun.
Exactly. What kind of things did Firebug love to do as a kid?
Her favorite thing to do was run around and light all the stuff that was flammable and could be lit, but wasn't necessarily supposed to be lit before dark, so she'd be lighting everyone's candles and torches. But with Penny, it was running around teaching her how to play non-contact games so that they could both play and not get hurt. So stuff like who can throw a rock the farthest and
playing who can throw a rock the farthest with the 1.5 with an 18-month-old.
Yeah. So Firebug's just like basically standing next to her, helping her like get a good grip on the rock, and then just like toss it, and then however far it goes, she's excited because the kid.
Yeah. Clapping, excitement. Eventually, a tallish, full woman with red hair that is graying at the root shows up and offers the two of you cotton candy, and we'll sit there and talk to Priscilla as you all watch the kids, as they watch the kids. Sorry, not used to playing for not used to DMing for kids.
Understandable.
It is a lovely morning into the afternoon. Mabel takes you and Priscilla into the circus proper to get you guys some lunch. Well, you and Penny to get into the circus proper to get some lunch. As Priscilla gets ready for her show. She is the star acrobat of the circus.
Firebug will excitedly eat an absurd amount of food for her size.
And some more.
And some more, of course.
But it's when you're sitting outside on the picnic-like tables that the circus sets up for its performers. They don't have to eat in their wagons if they don't want to, or if they want to eat with company. That you hear some commotion coming from the midway.
Firebug, like, halfway through a giant bite of her sandwich, will, like, look over.
Looking over, you see people running from that direction. There's some commotion. You see someone's, like, holds talking. You see Win run out of his little wagon. Much younger Win. Short styled gray hair, salt and pepper beard. Looks a lot, very muscular, especially for a 50-year-old man.
buff old man.
Buff old man fully sprinting.
Fully going.
Fully sprinting, little like briefcase in hand.
Whoop.
This is causing a bit of a panic if Firebug would like to sneak off.
Absolutely. Is if I leave, is Penny okay? Like, is one of the adults still nearby?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
One of the adults is nearby. Mabel.
Okay.
Mabel is still nearby.
Firebug's gonna like lean over and be like, shh, to Penny, and then like put one of the cookies from her lunch in her lunch, and then and then sneak away from the table to go follow Win to wherever he's going.
Yeah. You follow Win towards the midway. And there you see and hear several people running in the same direction as you, but most of them running past you. It's a bit hard to push past. There is about 20 or so men. All of them wearing coverings over their mouth and nose. All of them armed. There are people unconscious, bleeding on the ground.
That's not good.
And you are stuck there still for a moment. You are nearly knocked down as Phineas runs past you. This still young man with long black hair, piercing blue eyes, in his full refinement, microphone in hand, top hat on his head, one hand up as he's rushing past you to the scene. And there on the ground, he stops as Wynn rushes forward, and you see Phineas's pace slows as people are talking, and this is the part where Firebug's memory gets a bit fuzzy on what exactly happened here as you begin to realize what is happening and why this is happening. Why these people are running, what's going on fully. And you hear Phineas yell, "Freeze," at the top of his lungs. And you see these armed men who were making threats, pointing weapons. All of them immediately stop in their tracks, unable to move if they so chose. You see people, you see Wynn rushing to people, but there are too many hurt for him to get to everyone, and a lot of them he would always be too late for. And it's at this point that Firebug is pulled back and up into Ollie's arm. Your face buried into her shoulder. Is there anything Firebug would like to do at this scene?
She's gonna try and push herself out just so that she can look again, because Phineas looked very upset, so she wants to see if she recognizes anyone, or just get another look, but I imagine it's a not fair fight in this situation.
It's not a fair fight, but you are a child made of fire.
Yeah,
Go ahead and just roll me a d20.
absolutely.
Okay. With that, Firebug loses complete control of her flames for a second, kicking and screaming and crying. You burn hotter and hotter as Ollie is forced to let you go.
Having a bad day.
Mm-hmm. This just made it a very bad day.
It was such a good morning.
Such a good morning.
And I want to run over to Phineas.
Yeah, you run over to Phineas, who at this point is on his knees on the ground in front of an unmoving Priscilla. You see tears in his eyes before he notices you there. And as you come up to him, he shakes out of whatever, he tries to shake out of whatever was going on, and you see him cast some sort of spell to make his face look bright and happy. Or at least calmer than what he is. And he'll... Bug, it's okay. Here, well... How about you just go with Ollie real quick, and she'll be fine.
Bug is not willing to go with Ollie right now. She's crying. She is then going to try and run over to try and shake Priscilla awake. And
go ahead and make me another d20 roll.
Yay!
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 Yeah.
Okay. As you try to shake Priscilla awake, you see a massive pool of blood around her chest. Her body is cold. There is no air in her. Her face is starting to turn blue. And you continue to try and shake her awake until Phineas grabs you and picks you up and tries to get you to calm down a little bit. But, we'll be okay. And as you're pulled away, you notice that these armed men, none of them have moved since Phineas gave the word.
Everybody's gonna look around and then look at Priscilla and then up at Phineas and go, "Promise?"
We'll be fine, Puck.
And immediately just hug him and start crying on him.
And his face is still, for the audience, his face is still pleasant and calm, but Firebug feels and people hear his tears evaporating off of you.
Oh, the day started out so nice.
The day started out so nice. You had everything planned. Going perfect.
Firebug was gonna play with people, and then she was gonna play some more, and then eat some food, and then play more.
Mm-hmm. So what does the next few weeks look like for Firebug as Priscilla is no longer there? What is... You
First
notice
little bit.
it's actually worth pointing out, there is no show that night. And the next morning, those people are... You wouldn't be able to see them except for whenever the circus was leaving, but those people were still stuck standing there in
God.
those exact same spots.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
horrifying, actually.
Phineas ain't gonna fuck around.
No, they killed his wife. He's not fucking around.
Of
with that
course.
shit.
Those people are stuck there for a year and a day, or at least until someone comes and grabs them.
Oh.
What spell is that?
That's a suggestion.
It's a fucked up spell, actually.
God.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Highlander spells are so dangerous. Firebug, once calmed down enough, but once she figures out, like, that Priscilla's not okay and she's not coming back, refuses to get out of bed. For the first little bit.
Worse. And you would get Holly and Reggie checking in on you as the days go on. Every once in a while, you not getting out of bed, Phineas would bring Penny over, and the two of you would talk, and he would read you stories as you're sitting in bed, letting you stay there. And it's very, very evident that the man is trying to... It's very evident in retrospect the man is trying to distract himself, to not think about what happened, and just focus himself in the circus and in taking care of his daughter.
After, I'd say, 2 weeks, or a little bit longer, Firebug will eventually start to reopen up and not excitedly get out of bed, but kind of like get up and then like hype herself up for the day and then immediately run to go see Phineas and Penny in the mornings just to try and cheer him up. Whether by being like, let's go play outside, or can you read me that book again, or anything. Just kind of anything to be over there with them.
And the circus does take a break for a few months after this time. To sort through the obvious.
Yeah.
Priscilla wasn't the only person who died that day. There were a few more notable people. But I don't think Firebug would remember them too well.
No. Dude, you gonna hit me with the feelings like immediately when you were like, let's do baby bug stuff.
Well, you say that, but whenever I said let's do baby bug stuff, it was preceded by, hey, do you want to be there for whenever Penny's mom died?
You said, do you want to know if Penny's mom was around? And I said, let's do whatever. And you were like, okay. You didn't tell me she was gonna die immediately. I'm glad you didn't. This was incredible. But like, fucking, my feelings, man.
And hey, to be fair, I think Tempest shows up in about 8 months after this.
I'm trying to do the age math again.
Yeah.
How old is Firebug again? God.
25?
15
21
years.
years. Oh,
15-year difference.
Yeah.
Tempest is 40.
28. Firebug's 28.
28. So 13.
Yes.
Yeah, because Penny's 26. I just remember Tempest joining circus when Penny was 2, and this was a few months before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the age math calculator in my brain.
I
I'm-
trust in the us that figured it out beforehand. Also, hi Curve, who is participating. Hazel's DMing, Aries is playing
Hi
Tempest, and I'm
Suts.
playing
Hi
Firebug.
Satsu.
Also,
Who
hi,
said is this the scene where she dies to my backstory and then it's preceded immediately by a different character dying for another person's backstory?
Mhm.
As a treat.
Ah. All right. Well, that was a productive hour. Um. Oh. Do we want to go? Aries, would you like to go through Phineas and Tempest meeting at the bar? Or is there any other scenes you would like to explore? Any other elements of Tempest's backstory that you would like to figure out?
Tempest not remembering plot, if you have that. Or am I remembering her now?
Yeah, I got you. This is about 12 years old, right?
Yeah. 4 years in, yeah.
Okay. So, about 4 years in, we see a young Tempest who has been on the road her entire life. The past several years spent with this fiendish figure, watching over her, correcting her when she makes her mistake. And I don't think you ever described to me the exact situation in which Tempest had to leave Claude.
I never made the exact situation. So
Okay.
sorry.
Improv.
Yeah, we're here.
It probably was some sort of plot's power and contract in loose terms with Tempest coming to an end. Whether that have been a fight or not, I don't remember what we agreed on.
All right. Set the scene again. Plot and Tempest are camped outside a smaller, decently sized city. You're close to the edge of the forest, looking back. It's been a rough several years for Tempest. You don't quite know why. Well, you know why your family left, but you're not ever past it. You don't really understand too much of what Clot has been teaching you. And I think Tempest is very upset at her situation. This is Clot teaching you basic combat skills for the 100th time. Tempest has a short rapier in hand, and Clot has a short sword. And you're practicing forms again and again and again. And your footing's just not quite right. any talent isn't there, and she is barking at you for every single detail here. Because this is important. Because you will need this. And what does Tempest lashing out look like?
Probably her with with big tears in her eyes. Her glow, she glows just a little bit brighter as it feels like she's starting to cast a spell, but she's not quite casting anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
As she looks up at Claude, she's big tears in her eyes. She's tired. She's exhausted. She's bruised a little bit. And just her yelling, "You're too big, I'm not gonna make it." Just
Tempest, it's simple. Been trying at this for weeks now. It's not that hard.
it's easy for you.
On, foot back, left foot forward, hips squared.
Just gonna try again. Just shaking as she's trying to keep her like panic in. And she raises.
Come on, dear. Deep breaths. 1 or 2. Relax your stance. Deep breath. You can't be shaking during this. You have to be ready.
Easy for you to say. Why? Probably better off just not.
She stops for a second. You know, I'm being very generous in the deal we had. I didn't ask for a child. I didn't ask to make sure you were fine. Right? I'm doing my best right now, and I would very much appreciate if you could work with me here.
I am working with you. This is my best.
Again, we're not going to take this seriously. If you're not going to take this seriously, we're going to keep doing this until you finally have it. Alright? Deep breath. Shoulders back. Hips squared. Left foot behind.
She tries again. She wants to please her, but she doesn't think she can.
You try again. Go ahead and just roll me a flat d20.
Nine.
You should try again, still shaking, to get into position. So you feel whatever magic is welling inside of you. And as you begin to lunge forward for a strike. You feel yourself knocked off balance. You feel the wind get kicked out of you as you fall backwards. And what spell does Tempest release in this moment?
Because I feel like she's been bottling it up. If I can get to my own thing, probably be Vicious Mockery.
What do you say to Clot for a Vicious Mockery?
Fuck. 1 second.
I like how Tempest trauma is all this shit's happening to her, and Firebug's trauma is all gonna be like, oh, this shit's happening to other people.
Yeah. Sometimes other people's trauma is your trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you watch all the people you love get hurt.
Yeah.
As a treat.
It's a treat.
Tempest
Look,
is...
I almost had it to where like Firebug was responsible for Ollie's eye getting out, and
Oh
I just
God.
I
decided
was
to
waiting
use it.
for you to do that,
I thought
honestly.
that's what I was like, wait, no, you already said she didn't have an eye when the fire thing happened.
No. I was tempted, but I wasn't gonna just do that.
This
I was
was
asked.
the reason that Firebug got rid of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
She
Got
was
rid of the
running
other one,
fast.
actually.
Yeah.
Temp. And you can even protect yourself. How are you gonna protect me anymore? Because, Clot is missing half of her horn and one of her wings.
You say that on the ground, scared of her.
Mm-hmm.
Upset and angry at the situation. And you see her take a deep breath and disappear. There's the smell of brimstone as she turns to smoke. And in her place is a small locket.
Yeah, almost said nimble. Tempest is going to immediately panic and scramble to grab the locket.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll open it up. And start calling for her for hours.
And you do. You scream for hours, begging this person to come back, feeling this warm locket in your hands, until eventually you pass out. Go to sleep, and the next morning, the locket's still warm, and you realize she's not coming back. No matter how much you scream and fight, she's not coming back.
Tempest starts to kind of stays there for half a day, hoping, and then starts to pack up her things and Clot's things as her own, and starts to move on to the next town, holding the locket close.
All right. And Tempest moves on with her life. If you would please describe the next 4 years of Tempest's life before being picked up by the circus.
After
Brief.
Yeah, after a bit, Tempest nearly completely forgets about Clot. So much so that that part of her life is completely blacked in her memory. It's barred off. She still wears the locket until she ends up with Miss Bell. where she stores it away so that way customers don't try to come steal it for anybody that's looking to make a quick buck. And she does the cooking. She keeps her wings binded, and she just keeps cooking, buries herself in busy work, does odd jobs for inns and other, like, people in the community. Disguised as a little halfling that got a little bit too much elf blood in her.
So gnome.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Eventually the circus comes to town. And with it, handsome man, well dressed, long black hair, piercing blue eyes, comes into the bar every day, talks to you, compliments your cooking. Is a very charming man. No, way too old for you. He acknowledges.
Tempest probably just stays low, doesn't really try to draw any attention to herself, but communicates with him nonetheless, and accepts the compliments.
On the last day the circus is in town, Tempest is offered to come with them, get out of this small town where you could be a bit more free. And he gives you a very knowing look when he says that.
She'll look
Promises he'll keep you safe and give you a place to live as you wish.
She's gonna look to Miss Bell first before making any decision.
It's your life, dear. You do with it what you will. Was happy to have your help, but I'm sure I can find someone else. If need be, don't let me hold you up here.
If it doesn't work out, can I come back?
You're always welcome here.
And she'll look to Phineas and she'll nod. Okay.
Well, we're leaving in a few hours, so gather your things. We'll wait for a bit if you're not quite there. But please do hurry. We have a schedule to keep.
She nods and she rushes to the back to grab her backpack. In her hurry, she forgets the necklace. The locket, sorry. She doesn't have a lot, she just has, basically some, Plot's old, shawl and her own, a few outfits of her own. But she keeps her hair braided and it's tucked up in her, braid that she keeps coiled up on the base of her neck as she makes her way to the circus, wings still binded.
The circus is a lot more free place as you're going about. You see a lot of interesting people here. There's the half ogre ants in armor. It kind of gives you a look or two.
It's very tiny.
She's very
He's
tiny.
Very big.
He's incredibly big.
So
But you see a number of weird characters about, including this little fire genasi who's just running around, being chased by a small halfling man.
Gotta. How close are they?
They're running through.
Firebug
is
was
this
told
still-
she
them
has
still
to get in
packing-
the wagon. And
Is it
she
still
wa-
packing up, right?
Yeah, they're still packing up.
Okay. Gonna try to
Um,
stop Reggie and ask him.
Reggie.
Reggie,
Reggie.
sorry.
Very important. His name's not Reggie.
Reggie.
Reggie, not Reggie.
Reggie Ringmeld.
Reggie Ringmeld, the greatest wizard of our age.
Yep.
Ask him where the ringleader is.
On babysitting duty.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me the distraction happens so Firebug can just fucking bolt.
Firebug does just bolts.
Yes!
Phineas is, he's either on his wagon or he's doing checks. Sorry, I'm on babysitting
is
duty and
that?
she's just, okay, sorry. He's now looking, it's very obvious he's looking around for the kid who just ran past, who's fully gone somehow.
Kid Tempest help.
Made of fire. Excellent as sneaking around as a kid.
Do you ask if he needs help?
Yeah, do you need help?
Oh God, please.
Do I need to roll for this? I'm trying to find bugs.
You don't need to roll anything.
Okay.
Eventually, the two of you manage to find Firebug. Where do they find Firebug?
Probably in Maple's stuff. Eating the remnants of stuff.
Is Maple here?
That's a good question.
I'm asking you if Maple's here feeding you stuff, or if you just fully broke it and started eating things.
Oh my god.
That's a great question. I'm gonna say, let's say Maple saw her running around alone and was like, "That's bad."
Okay.
Was like, "Okay,
You-
grab the
So-
child."
Tempest sees a large Furbolg woman with this small Fire Genasi child. The child is now eating a cookie sat on a bench.
Swinging her legs.
Uh-huh.
Having a
Biggest
great
smile.
day.
Big smile on her face. Alright. Thank you, Maple.
So where is
And-
the ringmasters?
Sorry. So sorry.
Okay.
Here. Do you mind if I show her? And she just gives Reggie the most defeated look. And he nods and will show you where Phineas is.
Our child more like little imp. Oh, worse. Worse than little imp because she touches shit and it lights on fire, even when she's not doing it on purpose.
All right.
I guess. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you follow him to a large wagon, inside of which is Phineas, top hat off, microphone sitting on the desk. You see he has a small child in his arm, and with his other arm he is writing a few things.
Oh,
Sorry, I was drafting up the contract. If you'd like, you were looking at, we can do a short-term one for a year or so, and for a season or so, and then we can see if you prefer being here with us. We can reevaluate a few things after.
All right.
If you don't mind, I think I'll have you working with Maple first, and then we plan on splitting the two chef positions afterwards, because she currently has a lot on her plate, and he smiles at the pun as he says it.
Of course he does.
She'll laugh a little bit. That sounds good.
All right. And the two of you figure up your contract.
Whee!
Now, are there any moments we would like to share between Firebug and Tempest in their first days? In their first days at the circus together.
The road trip.
I just like thinking about the look on Tempest's face when they go to light, when Tempest is like, where's the matches for the fire? And Maple's like, we get Firebug for that.
Who needs to buy matches? That's a waste of money. Our child's made of fire.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's worth pointing out for this little sketch, Maddie, Firebug's like, Reggie's not that much bigger than Firebug at this age.
I know, but I just needed...
Okay.
It's more of an angle thing. Things will be moving around. I remember that he's like her size.
Where do we keep the match?
I mean, it just kind of like picks Firebug up. I mean, like, I don't think we've needed matches for a good few years now.
Oh,
I'm just...
so it's like a lighter everybody shares?
Well, no, it's a child. She just likes to light things on fire.
Firebug will like hold her hands out.
So
in front
it's
of her,
like a
focus
lighter
really
everybody
hard.
He holds you a bit away from him as you are excitedly waving around.
Yeah.
The fire's kicking up, like, okay. Just over there.
Tempest just like,
Right.
okay, duly noted. I want to clarify that Tempest does use matches.
Okay.
Buys her own matches.
Yeah, she's not gonna go on down Bug every single morning when she wants to start cooking. She's doing it
Well,
herself.
Yeah. Be so happy to do it, though, is the thing.
She is,
Yeah.
but it's more of a time thing.
Yeah, that's fair. You also have prestidigitation. You can just set fires.
Yeah, I like the idea of Tempest having matches.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. First few days at the circus. Maddie, I would love if you could tell me what age Firebug was whenever Lil Man rolled in.
Oh, okay. Probably. I like looked at this to be like, where did I put her in her hands? It was after she started like actually helping Ollie fully in the
Yeah.
thing. So I'm gonna say around 18 or 19.
Okay.
Possibly a little bit younger, but around that area.
So we see a much older Firebug now helping lift a support beam into place and hold it as it is fastened in. And off in the distance, you hear a panicked scream that is familiar to you specifically. As
something's on fire.
Oh no.
Fuck. You see Reggie run past a very angry blue goose chasing him.
Oh
Reggie's
my God.
pants are on fire as the goose is running and nipping at the back of his legs.
Firebug's first reaction to hearing somebody go, "Oh fuck!" like in that tone, is to stand up, hands in the air, go, "Not me!" and then focus on what's happening.
You stand up, hands in the air. Not me. The beam starts tilting.
Oh! Ah, shit. She will grab it and look down at the goose, be like,
It's falling. The goose is running around chasing Reggie. Reggie has stopped at some point, and it's very obvious he doesn't want to hurt this thing, but he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
He's trying.
It's looking at you like you might know something. Did you?
Firebug is like looking equally confused, and she's gonna like set the support beam down and just like walk over and just kind of like
Your fire is fire. Can you communicate?
yeah, yeah, literally. And I'm just gonna like walk over. I'm just gonna like put my whole hand on its beak. It's like grab.
You grab its beak. It like tries to turn its head and look at you, and its wings just start beating down on you with as much force as it can get.
This is a bad idea.
It is trying to wrench its beak from your hand.
What age did she stop lighting everything on fire? Around 13 or 14, I think, is when she finally start figuring that shit out. She will like let go and go like, oh, okay, sorry. Please stop. Hit. Please. Hello. Hi.
And it's just staring at you now.
I like look at Reggie.
Nice, Goosey.
Sit.
You say sit, it honks and walks closer to you.
Okay. That's not what sit means, but we'll work on it. And she'll kind of like take a few steps back and then like look around and realize like, okay, it's not attacking me yet the way it was attacking Reggie, and then just like slowly just like take a couple steps towards it, be like, hi. It's nice to meet you.
Do you put your hand out or anything like that?
Yeah, she'll just like slowly put her hand out. Not to grab or anything, just very, very gentle.
As you do that and you bend down to do that, this thing jumps up and starts flapping its wings and jumps onto your back.
Oh, gosh dang it!
As you're hunched over a little bit. Then it sits down.
Just on my back while I'm like hunched over.
Yes.
Firebug is just like, hold so still.
You feel its neck rest next to yours.
She'll like kind of slowly reach her arms back to kind of support the backside of it and straighten her back a little bit more. I got you. You're good.
You straighten your back. Your hand's still like on.
Yeah, just like underneath it, so he's got something to sit on. Because I'm assuming his like neck is over my shoulder at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like look at Reggie.
I don't know what that thing is.
I don't either, but I think it's mine now.
I think it's mine now. It's a much scarier sentence than anything else you can say in this situation. I think it's mine now.
Horror set into his eyes.
This man has been your babysitter for so many years, and now there's a little you, but it's like worse again.
It's like worse. Because now instead of running away from him to set things on fire, it's running at him to set him on fire.
Yeah, okay.
All
Alright. You see him kind of sit with that information for a second.
Reggie,
Yeah.
your pant leg, your pant.
Oh fuck. You see him cast prestidigitation and put it out.
Okay, good.
Okay. Sorry.
Do you have any idea what this thing is? Because I don't know.
It's mine.
It's an elemental of some kind. I was trying to get closer to figure it out. I tried to pick up its wing because I saw it was like a different color or an attack.
An attack.
You walked towards a fire elemental and tried to grab it?
I didn't try to grab it. He pulls his wand out.
Firebug okay, well.
Look, some of them are fully made of fire and some of them are physical. I figured it'd be a good idea to see which one this was. I don't...
I'm gonna look at Ollie, who I'm presuming has watched this whole fucking thing.
Uh-huh.
Just be like,
Surprise!
You can keep him if you can keep him under control.
Yes.
Mom and Dad.
I mean, literally, yes.
The roles are reversed with Mom and Dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and crouch down to set it down. Does the little man just no?
You crouch down. You do set him down.
Okay.
You do manage to set him down.
Okay. You can't be lighting Reggie on fire. He does that enough himself. Cool. I think that's a yes. I don't know though. Okay. I'm Firebug. That's Reggie. That's Ollie. And you are? Okay, right. It's hunking.
It's hunking.
I'm gonna call you Little Man. 'Cause you're a little guy. Cool. Are you just gonna follow me around, or? And Firebug's just gonna take a couple steps away.
Walks towards you.
Okay.
You see it sees a bug on the ground. You see it open its beak and a small beam of fire shoots out of it.
Oh, Jesus!
I think his name is...
You see it then waddle over and eat the grasshopper that it just incinerated.
I'm gonna walk over and just pat down the area of presumably grass that is now set on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll work on that.
You feel a look from Ollie and a horrified look from Reggie.
I'm gonna look over and then go, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to like me.
It does. You just hear Ollie turn to Reggie. We've been through it once. It'll be fine.
What?
We've practiced this time.
We've been through it once.
Oh no! Yeah.
These poor parents. Okay, and then Firebug will attempt to go back to lifting the thing and just staring at the fucking goose.
You're staring at the goose. It has not broken eye contact with you, and you notice it does not blink. It cannot blink.
You are a weird little guy. You're a weird little man. Okay. I think we're gonna get along. You're pretty cute, and I'm gonna pat it on the head.
Mm-hmm. He leans into it.
Aww. I'm gonna look at Reggie and I'll be like, I love him now.
That's
He's
nice
my friend
to hear.
now.
But Daddy, I love him.
That's nice to hear.
He's so cute.
All right. And
how long did he stay around that first time?
that first time he's around until that night. At some point during the day, if you like, whenever you go looking for him, he just magically appears in front of you. You're like, you think for a second, where did he go? And then he is there.
Well, that's terrifying. But you know what? Me too. So we're gonna get along great.
How are the first few days with Little Man?
I assume probably way more mortifying for everyone else at that
definitely
carnival than for Firebug,
because
she's
probably
gonna spend those first.
terrified of this thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Firebug's gonna spend those first few days kind of like introducing him around and like warning people, but also like trying to teach it like rules of what not to do.
It's going bad.
It's going bad, but she's trying. And then eventually she kind of gives up and just kind of learns to, wherever he causes mayhem, just to laugh and put out whatever fire he's started.
Horrible pet owner.
Yeah, absolutely. And then if it's too bad, like if he starts to actually attack somebody, she'll just pick him up and just like hold him under her arm, hold him like sandwich.
Oh,
grip.
Rip.
Imagine trying to have an intimate moment and you have an intrusive thought about your fire goose and suddenly he's just there unblinkingly staring. Yeah.
it happens.
It does.
This is something Penny will know.
Absolutely.
Roll me a d4.
Oh my god.
Okay. This has happened at least 3 times that Penny and Firebug were having a private moment, and Little Man popped up.
Started causing problems.
All right.
Oh. I imagine
Is
very
there...
soon after is when Firebug learned mending.
I hope.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we would like to cover for the history of these 2 characters?
Unless you want to do divorce.
You want to do divorce? Do you want to go through an ugly divorce with me?
Yes, I'd love to go through an ugly divorce with you.
Hey yo, ugly divorce
On
art.
tabletop, of course.
Hey.
I don't remember what I said.
So,
I send you so many things.
Describe the whirlwind romance that ended in a divorce after 2 years with Bramble.
They were dating after shared babysitting duty of Firebug. Firebug wanted this to happen, so she kept on trying to make it happen, because this is something me and Maddie have talked about.
They were flirting in front of her. What was she supposed to do? Not root for that?
Apparently not. Just things started to get really rocky after the child after Aster happened, and Aster was born. It got a lot worse. They ended up fighting a lot more.
Okay. Tempest is in her and Bramble's and Aster's wagon. It's a small place. You just put Aster to bed, and Bramble is just coming back from one of the performances. He is tired and exhausted, and you are too.
How was it a good night?
It was okay. It's okay.
Okay. That's nice to hear.
Someone said something today, and I haven't been able to get it off my mind.
What?
Is Astra asleep? Is everything fine here?
Yeah, I put him to bed just a bit ago.
Bree, you're mistaken. We are married, is the thing.
Shit. There was a yeet in the middle of that. I'm turning off sound alerts. Forgot to do that.
Technically, they were married before the divorce happened because
We were married in Minecraft.
yeah,
Bef-
that
a
happened.
month
Married,
before we
dating,
got
divorce.
together.
Married, dating, divorce.
It's
Or,
okay. It's
wait.
okay, Raiju. I
No.
was completely my fault for forgetting.
Married, divorce, dating because the characters were made before they're dating. I think.
Oh yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marriage, divorce, dating.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
Marriage twice, divorce once.
Marriage, divorce, dating.
Sorry.
I think it's marriage, divorce, marriage, dating, actually. Anyways,
The semantics.
semantics. Did you charm me at any point?
No.
God, rude.
Are you sure? Because I can never tell with you.
What do you mean you can never tell with me? I would know if I charmed you.
I mean, you keep the same straight fucking face every time you say anything. Did you charm me?
No, I
Be
did not
honest.
charm you. I am being honest. I'm always honest.
Really? Always honest. No one's always honest. What are you talking about?
You know what I mean.
Do I?
I sure hope so.
I don't think I do. I don't think you do.
What do you mean? How would I not know?
I don't think you know the effect you have on people.
What do
I
you...
don't think you know. I don't think you know what it's like. Go through that. The big, flashy entrance, these overwhelming feelings, and then after a while, just nothing. You had to have charmed me.
What?
Come on, just admit it so we can get over this. And
Get over what? Something that never happened? I didn't charm you. I didn't do any fey bullshit.
I'm
What's
gonna
your
go for a walk. And he
You-
closes the door and leaves.
Tempest, after a minute, is going to step outside after going into Astra's room, cracking the window open so she can hear. And she's gonna sit underneath his window just to get some fresh air on the outside.
Okay.
And she's just gonna sit in a slump.
Okay.
And wait for him to come back, I guess.
He
She can't
doesn't
leave.
come back till morning.
she's still up, sitting up at the table now inside, waiting,
Okay.
getting Aster ready for the day.
Do you say anything to him?
Yeah. Where did you go?
I went to clear my head a bit and think of a few things.
Do you still feel that way? There are tears welling in her eyes.
I don't think we should talk about this right now. Very cold and cutting.
If you didn't want me, you could have just said that.
And he swallows and gets ready for his day.
You don't love me at all anymore. She's getting Aster, she's picking him up and she's heading to see if she can have somebody watch him for the night. Day, sorry.
Okay. It's easy enough to find. But I do want to know who you seek out and who you find.
Probably look for Ollie or the Tricks, if they're there. I don't remember.
The Tricks would not be here, so no, it would
Okay.
be Ollie.
Yeah, look
They're
for
more
Ollie.
recent. Yeah, Ollie's happy to watch the kid.
Thank you.
Uh,
I'll be
you
back shortly.
All right.
I'll be back. It's just
Okay.
looks.
No,
She's
well,
frazzled.
Let me know if you need anything, dear.
Nods and then books it towards like wherever the closest like water is, I guess,
Okay.
and just puts her head like underwater and just lets out all the screams before coming back up. Just yells into the water. Everything that she's had in her. Just releases it.
You feel that, and as you come back up for air, you feel this empty, hollow feeling.
She goes back to their wagon afterwards and starts to move her stuff into a backpack or a knapsack. She doesn't have a lot of things still, but she's getting everything. He if he's there or not, or if he comes in or not,
He's not there.
she takes up everything, takes all of Aster's baby stuff that she can, or like anything that he would need, and she starts to move into her cooking wagon.
Okay.
Re-move into her cooking wagon. Sets up his crib next to her bed and everything. It was like toddler bed and everything, and just sits there for a while.
All right.
I don't know if Bug wants to find her or anything. Or anybody does.
Bug's
I
most
think-
likely with Ollie babysitting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm happy leaving the scene there.
Okay. Hi!
Sorry.
Tempest says all the depressing shit today.
Tempest has a bad memory day.
We got half bad memory for Bug.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do think that's everything. If we're being honest.
Let's go.
And yeah, Bree, you're so right.
Yeah, Bree this whole time has been like, that's so fucking rude. What the hell? Fuck him. He's an asshole. Yes.
Yeah. Bramble. Fans I've only drawn the dick and face of.
No other parts.
Mm-mm.
No,
Hey.
unneeded.
I can't believe Bramble didn't read the part of his contract that says the Fae food is not doesn't work that way.
I as a character want to know who told him that.
You don't know.
Exactly. It's now annoying me that I don't know who told him that.
You're the one who set up this story.
I know, and I will suffer regardless.
It,
It's fun to suffer.
uh-huh. See, Bree's little freak out in chat is the exact same freak out I have. Almost bar for bar. Whenever Aries, like, DM'd me months ago, like, I think this is why they divorced. Huh.
Does that help her interactions with her ex?
Just putting some things into context. Any questions you all have about anything that happened tonight? Anything you want clarified that I may be able to clarify? Yeah, that's what I said, Bree.
Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah.
I want to know when.
I love the difference between mine and yours fucking things today.
I just want to know when, what, if Bramble even, like, mentions anything about moving Aster into his wagon instead, or how they, like, came to that agreement.
I think that would come up as Aster's getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Like, around 3, 4, they mentioned moving him into his wagon for more space.
Yeah. And then Tempest's little home's really empty at night. I'm sorry!
What the fuck, Aries?
I saw it!
Don't apologize, it's incredible. What do you mean?
It's
Aries
Yeah.
started this whole fucking thing and was like, I'm going to have a MILF. A divorced MILF. A divorced MILF whose ex-husband is still in the circus. And Hazel went, that's bold.
yeah, because it is.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great, and I love every second of this.
Like, forgive me for saying that's bold. That was a choice.
Here's what I'm gonna traumatize a child. Yeah.
The child is 2. He does not remember this.
He doesn't have to remember that part to still have to deal with the fact that you every single time you see Bramble literally growl at him.
I do not growl
Yeah.
at him.
You do. Tempest is still very bad. Whether you realize
Tempest will
it or
remain
not.
mad, but she's not gonna.
She has the right to be
She has a
mad.
right to be mad about it, but you are not secret about that fact. Tempest may be able to cover up every emotion except for her hatred towards Bramble every single
For
time.
good
he shows up any
reason.
Oh,
For a
of
very
course
good
it's
reason.
for good reason. We're not saying it's not.
She's just trying her best. She doesn't know how to go about this. She's finally having her first relationship.
This is her first relationship.
He just has to live with a dad who thinks his mom raped him. Yeah, literally. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
To clarify, in DMs, when Hazel pointed that out, I did say maybe not that.
Well, because it was originally like
It was really worse.
it was worse.
Hi, I'm really bad at making nice things.
That's okay. I think at this point we've all seen what I did to my little Lacey.
I think
No one can
Nimble
witness
has the happiest backstory out of all my not happiest backstory, but like least amount of trauma, but she also has a lot of trauma to the point that everybody in the campaign is like Nibble needs therapy. Whenever they point out what wrong things we have.
This is why we can't have nice things, but it's okay because Ares is the only one in the party with a backstory that fucked.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Canonically, only one who fucked.
Oh,
the only one who fucked. It
was also Tempest's first relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it's just the dangers of being a fairy as well.
Yeah, as a treat.
As a treat. That's really bad.
Y'all want to take a break and then do some Stardew?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just make camel cult leaders and adults who died as children have trauma from their deaths. Yeah, I definitely didn't do anything fucked for this character. I didn't do anything for her. I was just like, hey Hazel, here you go.
Yeah.
Every other character.
And you relived in this session. You relived the most traumatic thing in
Firebird's whole life. Yeah.
I'm gonna break up my VOD for anybody that's watching me, so I will go down for a second.